Captain Peter Cutsey with the Boeing 737NG normal procedures, the electrical power-up procedure. If external power is needed, verify ground power available, light illuminated. Illuminated. Ground power switch on. On. Verify source off, lights extinguished. Transfer bus off lights extinguished. Standby power off light extinguished. Source off, transfer bus off. Standby power off light extinguished. If APU power is needed, and we'll say today it's needed, verify the engine number 1 APU and engine number 2 switches are in. Alert the ground personnel before testing the system. Overheat detect switches normal. And then test switch hold to fault and off. That's the first test we're going to do. This is what we'll be looking for. The master cautions, both of them on the MCP, illuminated. The overheat detect in the captain's annunciator panel, illuminated. And down on the fire panel, verify the fault light, illuminated. And if the fault light fails to illuminate, the fault monitoring system is inoperative. And verify the APU detect in op is illuminated. Now, do not operate the APU if the APU detect in op fails to illuminate. Well, let's go and do that first test by holding the switch to the left. And that's called the fault in op test. So this panel here that we're looking at is called the fire detection panel itself, and we've ensured that the engine number 1 APU and engine number 2 fire switches were in, and the overheat detection switches normal and normal. We've done that. Now we'll go back and do the first part of the test, which is hold the test switch to the left, and we know what we're looking for. It's on the left-hand side of the screen here. We can see it, and that's what we'll be looking for. Fault in op test. So the fault light illuminated, the APU detect in op illuminated. Now, because of the software and all the buttons and switches, I'll have to redo it a second time. And in the next test, we'll have a look at the MCP. So remember that there were 5 lights altogether. The fault light, the APU detect in off light, they're on. I'll release the switch, and then we'll go up to the MCP and do the test again. So there's the master caution and the overheat detect on the left side of the MCP. And the master caution on the right side of the MCP. So we are looking at actually a total of 3 lights on the MCP and 2 on the fire panel, which is a total of 5 lights. So the loop test, the loop and op test checked out okay. It's actually called the fault and op test. The next part of the test is the overheat fire test. We'll review what we're looking for, then we'll go ahead and do it. verify that the fire warning bell sounds, verify that the fire lights on the MCP are illuminated, that is the fire warning lights, verify the master caution lights are illuminated, verify the overheat detect on annunciator is illuminated, and then we'll push one of the master fire lights. Verify that the fire warning lights extinguish. Verify that the warning bell cancels. Verify that the engine 1, APU, engine 2 fire switches are still illuminated. Verify that the engine 1 overheat and engine 2 overheat lights are still illuminated. And ensure that the engine number 1 and engine number 2 start lever lights, if installed, illuminated. In our case today, we have start levers, so they're not installed. Note, the wheel well fire warning light may or may not illuminate when testing on DC electrical power only. For accurate testing, do the wheel well fire detection test after AC electrical power is established. Well, we'll go ahead and do all of that, and we'll see whether or not we get the wheel well fire warning light. All right, I've had to zoom out so that we can get the entire panel in view. So we'll go ahead and move the test switch to the right and see what we get. We've got the fire valve, and we'll go up to the MCP later. We are looking at 2 master cautions and 2 master fire warnings and the overheat detect on the MCP. On the fire panel, we're looking at both the engine 1 overheat, engine 2 overheat lights, the engine number 1 APU, engine number 2 fire switch lights, and we also got the wheel well fire light. So the check really turned out exactly what we had hoped for. Now I'm going to release the test switch, go up to the MCP and redo the test so we can see what we were looking for on the MCP. Fire warning light, master caution light, overheat detect, and you can hear the bell very faintly in the background. I'm going to release the switch and then move over to the right side. Master caution and fire warning lights are illuminated. So on pushing either one of the fire warning light switches, the bell will cut out and the remaining lights will remain on, as we mentioned in the first part of this briefing. So we have completed the overheat fire warning, I should say test, and the test was okay. Next is the extinguisher check, and we will move the test switch to position 1 and hold it and verify 3 green lights are illuminated, and then test switch release, and we'll verify the 3 green lights extinguish. Then we'll repeat that procedure for test position number 2. Let's go ahead and do that. Test position number 1, 3 green lights illuminated, release, 3 green lights extinguished. Test position number 2, 3 green lights illuminated, release, 3 green lights extinguished. This completes the fire check. The APU is the next, and we'll see you in the next video.